All right, everyone. Welcome to the channel. I guess I'm calling this the close-up Top Shot channel, the Packs and Pinstripe edition. I'm your host, Stephen Cameron, and I host the Orlando Magic podcast, the Close-Up Magic. We do podcasts every week, me and my co-host, Malik Grady. We just had ex-athletic Magic beat writer Josh Robbins on this last week. So if you're interested in Magic content, go check that out. But this is a Orlando Magic Top Shot show. So as people start to pile in, I know some of you are just gathering. We have a few watchers already. I know there's more of you coming. But I'm going to bring up Andrew, a.k.a. iRacer, our Orlando Magic Packs and Pinstripes captain, and we're going to get you all caught up to speed on some stuff. Andrew.
Yo, what's going on, everyone?
Good evening, man. How are you?
Doing good. Doing real good.
Good.
Before we get into this, let me just go ahead and tweet out the link so we can get out everyone.
Let's get everyone updated and live. We got a fun show for everyone that's watching now and for everyone that's going to be tuned in. We have Austin Kent from Dapper from TopShot coming on to do a little trivia with a very lucky Packs and Pinstripe collector to battle it out for some moments, which is really fun. Before we get into that, we're going to get into a little bit of updates on the channel. Then we'll have a little Q&A section with Austin to learn a little bit more about how he picks moments and just things like that, potentially with the upcoming draft. Upcoming drop. So we got an exciting show for you tonight. Roughly about 45 minutes is what we're planning to. I know a lot of you are planning to jump into the super draft chat and stream later on, so we're going to be conscious of that. But Andrew, people are starting to come in and get down with us, so let's go ahead and jump into things, man. How are you? We're about 3-4 months into having this captain's program. I believe it got extended. Now, how are you feeling as the captain of Packs and Pinstripes and just everything that's been going on with the growth of the platform and the captain's program so far?
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and we've done some pretty cool things in the last few months. As of right now, though, we're kind of just laying low, waiting for the season to get a little closer before we kick things into high gear. But some updates from the last time we had the show. We have a couple of suites locked in for the opening night game, and we have one for the Mavericks game in November.
That's exciting.
Yeah, for opening night, we'll actually probably do the giveaway for that in the next week or two, just so that if you win and you want to travel, you can, figure out logistics and all that. You have plenty.
Can I ask you a question? Did you say a couple of suites?
Well, so one suite for opening night and then one suite for team. Yeah,
I just wanted to make sure I heard that correctly. That's awesome. So the Mavs game versus Luka and opening night versus Tatum and Jaylen Brown. What great matchups. Those are awesome that you picked those games out of all of them. I mean, I figured opening night was potentially something, but to also add the Mavs to that's incredible. That's going to be an amazing opportunity. How are fans going to be able to win that? Or are you guys still trying to figure that out?
Yeah, we're still working on the details there. As of right now, the idea is to kind of gate it a little bit so that we'll split the ticket allotment in half, and then like half of them will go towards more to collectors with higher like Top Shot score, and then the rest of them can be won by anybody that has a team set. Most of the local people here that will be able to go are higher on the leaderboard, so we'll probably see a lot of them anyway. But yeah, it should be really fun. And we also have the VIP ticket package that we have for 10 marquee matchup games. So
those matchup games are incredible. Like, it's against all the amazing teams in the league. I think I saw the Warriors, the Lakers. Didn't you have the Nets on there? It's just like, I don't remember the exact list, but it was, from what I remember reading a few weeks ago when you showed it, it was quite incredible.
Yeah, all the best teams in the league. You get to sit in like row 6, all you can eat food and drink at the Fields Lounge underneath the lower bowl behind the players' benches. You get access to the player tunnels. So if you want to go early and try to get some autographs, you can do that. So, Top Shot's the future of fandom, right? And we're just trying to, to make that happen for people. So
Well, I know you guys got another big event coming up, and one that I just sweated and lost my breath majorly trying to do my first little training event for it yesterday. You have the Orlando Magic 5K for the Youth Foundation fundraiser coming up on August 8th. How's that looking on TopShot side? I remember something Bala Pud, our co-captain, tweeted out some numbers a few weeks back that like a bunch of money had been raised. There'd been, I don't remember exactly the numbers, but a decent amount of virtual runners and a decent amount of in-person runners. It really seems like the TopShot 5K, or sorry, the TopShot Packs and Pinstripes group really showed up and turned out for this 5K event.
Yeah, I don't know the exact numbers for funding, but I do know that the Packs and Pinstripes team is the biggest that has like signed up so far.
Oh, that's
So
exciting.
that's a pretty crazy thing because this 5K is a big deal. They do it every year. They raise a bunch of money. So we will have a big presence both in Orlando and everywhere else. So yeah, we're pretty excited about that. And shout out my co-captain Billy because this was totally his idea. So yeah, he's the one to thank for all this, and yeah, I'm really excited about it. I'm hoping to be there for it, but I'll be participating either way.
I think for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, check it out. There's a thread
I'm gonna put
in the
it.
Packs and Pinstripes Discord, and it's a fundraiser for the Orlando Magic Youth Foundation, which is a great organization to get involved with. The race isn't that expensive. I don't know what the current sign up fees are, but $55, $65, something like that. And it's all a fundraiser. It's a 5K that you can run or walk. And there's, I think you guys, I mean, this part isn't even really why people should be signing up for it in the first place, but you guys are giving like $3,000 worth of moments away towards this, towards the participants that take a part, that are part of the Packs and Pinstripes group. So you're sponsoring, there's an opportunity to sponsor a youth runner. Billy is working with one of the local like youth running teams in Central Florida. And, if you donate, you can either donate 5 trade tickets or $10, and that goes towards sponsoring a youth, which is really, really cool. And if you want more information, just check out the 5K thread in Discord or DM Andrew or Billy, the captains, and they'll be sure to get you the information. But it's a really cool opportunity to get involved. I'm running it virtually here in California. I have a work day. Get this though, I am taking a note out of the Orlando Magic's new training facility. They have an altitude chamber, like a training environment, like I don't know the technical term, but you can go train for altitude there. I am working in Denver the week before the trip, so I'm gonna do some runs out there, get my lungs opened up with that higher altitude, and then come back down to sea level and hopefully beat Jay as the fastest runner on this. That's my goal, to beat Jay. We'll see. That's great, man. That's great. What else do we need to know about the Packs and Pinstripes channel?
Let's see. Not too awful much. We're waiting on some more merch to get in. I know that people have been asking about where the shirts and stuff are. We're still waiting on a box to come in, and once we get all that, we can start doing giveaways and stuff. But yeah, other than that, we don't really have too many more updates to give. So just kind of hang in there. I know it's tough. The NBA season's only about a month away. It's going to be a long 4 or 5 weeks here, but it'll be all worth it in the end.
We're getting there, though. I mean, I feel like most off seasons are really slow and they take forever to get through. And this one somewhat has felt like that too. Yeah. But if you think about it, we had all the draft excitement. We got the #1 pick, drafted Paulo. We then got held over with some of the Pro-Am excitement. And now we've had the last couple of weeks, all the Euro basketball with friends excitement. We're 12 days away from media day. I think it's 12 days, 11 days, something like that. Media day, training camp, preseason. It's actually felt like it's been a pretty quick, a pretty quick off season to me. And I haven't even paid attention to half of it. And it still feels like I've just been filled with content this entire time. It's been wild. So, and then of course you've had all the WNBA stuff, and now we have the Run It Back pack drop that's happening next week over 3 days, which is crazy. So I'm going to check. I think we are getting some. Austin is coming.
Oh yeah, another thing for anybody watching here that might have just come up short on the Magic snapshot for the leaderboard. We're giving away a couple of things. Haven't quite figured it out what it is yet, but for the people from 751st place to 755th, we'll get you a little thank you for trying so hard and coming up just a little short. So a little consolation prize.
Yeah, that's exciting. That's really nice of you guys to do too. For because those rankings were changing like crazy.
Yeah.
Like a month ago, I was top 100, like around 60 or 70, and I finished this month. Granted, I wasn't fighting, I wasn't adding more locked moments to it, but I ended up around 170 ish. I think maybe 72, 172, something like that. It was quite wild. Austin, or sorry, not Austin. We're bringing up Austin. Andrew, let's go ahead and bring up Jay. Let's bring up our participant. Let's get to know him for a few minutes. Austin is running just a few minutes late. He's going to be here shortly, but let's take a few minutes to talk to Jay and our participant, Sean, who will be going up versus Austin in trivia for some awesome prizes. And chat, remember, stick around for the trivia because you have an opportunity to win some amazing prizes too. There's a lot of 4-badge debuts about to be given out today. So without further ado, let's bring up Jay, who runs an awesome social media account called Orlando Magic Player History or Magic Player History. He's been doing an amazing job filling the offseason with content as well. And then we're going to bring up Big Black 55, a.k.a. his real name, Sean, who is a diehard Magic fan, big-time Magic TopShot collector, and he won the ability to go up versus Austin in trivia. So first off, gentlemen, thanks for joining us tonight. Jay, thank you for building out this awesome opportunity to, have this connect Austin Kent, who's going to be joining us here in just a few moments. Give an opportunity to Sean or one of our collectors, who is Sean, the ability to go up versus him and a little trivia to win some awesome moments. So thank you both for being here. I appreciate it. Sean, let's start with you, man. Let's get the listeners and the viewers an opportunity to get to know you as a Magic collector, because this is my first time interacting with you, but I know you're a big Magic fan from what we learned beforehand. First off, how did you become a Magic fan?
So I grew up over the East Coast in Cocoa Beach, and my dad used to actually sing the national anthem for the Magic. He was in the Air Force for a while. Yeah, he sang the national anthem for a while, and they gave us tickets every once in a while. So we come out, we would go to the games over at TD Waterhouse, and it was pretty cool. That was my first interaction with the Magic, and I've been a fan since.
Were you at any of the games that your dad was able to sing at?
Yes, I was. Yeah, I was at all of them.
Oh, wow, that's exciting.
Yeah, they would give us a little pack of tickets, and we go hang out and see all the players, hang out with the players and stuff. Yeah.
Were those I imagine having a family member being interactive with a game's got to be a pretty memorable experience. Are there any Magic moments for you that would outbeat seeing your father sing the national anthem at the arena?
Yeah, my dad actually met Reggie Miller, and he actually choked, and just told him that he was a huge fan, and he was a Pacer player. So why would he, tell the Magic fan, how great it is to be there and beat the Magic,
That's awesome. That's awesome. Hey, question, Sean. How did you get into TopShot?
I don't exactly remember. I just kind of stumbled upon it in the series 2. And I just kind of fell in love with it. I thought it was pretty awesome. I was never a big card collector, but I thought, this NFT thing is going to blow up, and I thought how cool it would be, and I just kind of fell in love with it.
I'm kind of the same way. I have maybe 2 or 3 cardboard cards, never really got super into it, and then season 2 is when I joined as well. So we have a little bit of a similar story there. What is your favorite TopShot moment that you own in your collection, Magic or not Magic?
Well, right now I love the Franz Wagner. Everybody's get on board, get on the train. So hopefully it's gonna be a big year for him.
Yeah, I think so. We're seeing it live right now with him doing these crazy step backs. I mean, he had that step backs over Giannis the other day. He had some really nice drives today, and a couple of big 3-pointers from the highlights that I saw in his Euro game today. Unfortunately, Franz in Germany did not win today. They're going up. I can't remember what country they're going up against, but they're going to be competing for the bronze medal, which is still really exciting and quite an accomplishment for our boy Franz. Yeah, that's got to be probably one of my favorite moments as well right now. And actually, I was really sad. Just one quick moment, and then we'll bring Austin up and get into the fun aspect of the second half of this show, this stream. I originally had a couple of TopShot debuts back in the day. There was a flash challenge. They skyrocketed. I sold them, made a bunch of money, and bought more moments in TopShot. But I never bought back the 4K until maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago. I finally got someone to accept an offer, and I got it for like $10 under low ask. It was wild. So that's my wild bronze 4 Badger story. Let's go ahead and bring Austin
before the floor got swept. So
what was that, Jay? I'm sorry.
Lucky you got it back before the floor got swept today. So
dude, for real, there's been a couple of floor sweeps between that and Suggs. I think someone else bought like 10 Suggs Badgers today, or maybe I'm forgetting something. Maybe
well, we did.
Yeah, that was Andrew.
I know we did, but I thought for some reason was that Franz only today? I thought there was another floor sweep as well, but maybe it was just Franz. I don't know. Anyways, without further ado, Austin Kent, how's it going, man? Welcome to the show.
Hey, how are you guys doing? Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, you sound great.
You sound great. Yes, sir.
Excellent. How are you guys? This is fun. This is really cool. It's nice to meet you guys.
We're doing well. We're doing well. I'm sure you've met iRacer. My name's Steven. I host a Orlando Magic podcast called The Close Up Magic. Jay he runs a Orlando Magic history page called Orlando Magic Player History, and it's the craziest amount of Magic knowledge that even the most diehard fan will have a hard time knowing all the stuff that he brings up. He is going to do this awesome round of trivia that I'm sure is going to stump some Magic fans. Jay, you know what? Why don't I just pass it off to you and kind of explain a little bit more about what we're going to do, and maybe we ask a couple of questions about this upcoming pack drop to Austin, and maybe figure out what Austin's favorite Magic player in this coming drop is. Jay, take it away, man.
Yeah, Austin, nice to meet you, mate. I'd love you to defend your decision to leave Orlando Magic players out of this drop. I think it's a questionable decision. I demand answers. What was the rationale behind that decision?
Yeah, Raptors fans were similarly upset with my clear bias and agenda. No, excited for just a drop that's been 9 months in the making. Honestly, we kind of started talking about this before All-Star Weekend, right? As soon as the minute we started talking about how I wanted to handle, person Magic, if that counts, we got that one. And we're like, what are the best ways that we can really tell that Magic Johnson story? And we like the idea of having Run It Back as this sort of excuse to really deep dive into specific seasons and really set the stage for Magic Johnson's prime. And, that's the 80s, baby. So it's a really fun set. It was a blast from the past, there's a lot of these names just completely stand the test of time, but, some of them don't. They kind of have slipped through the cracks over the years. So just be able to really kind of go through those stories again and celebrate those stories. I'm super psyched for people to see those. We've seen the name list, but I don't believe the actual pack content list has been published yet. Hopefully it's not too far away. I know they're working on it right now. So
I have to say the artwork and the hype video that went into it was just phenomenal with the themes. It really kind of brought me back to that 80s retro vibes, even just the treatment that they did over the video to kind of give it that look. I don't know. I just thought it was really, really cool. What is the player, Austin, that you are most excited, not named Magic Johnson, in this drop in any of the tiers for yourself here?
Oh gosh, there's a couple.
Choose between your children.
Just choose between your children, honestly. Some of the ones there's just ones that sort of speak to me at all different tiers, and one that I was kind of surprised at how it stood out to me. I was honestly speechless when I saw it, and it's gonna sound like the weirdest one. But our Del Curry, he's a rookie. He's on the Jazz. Did you even remember that Del Curry ever played for the Jazz? I didn't. I forgot it. He's a Hornet. And then when he was older, he was a Raptor in my eyes. But we have rookie 22-year-old Del Curry pulling up from the logo and wearing the number 30 on the Jazz against the Warriors, and just seeing all those parallels. Looks identical to his sons. and just draining it from the logo when the NBA editors that we work with are like, hey, we found like a pretty cool Del Curry. Like we've been asking for Del Currys and we saw a bunch of them. But when that one kind of came across our desk, just seeing like Steph's dad hit a logo tweet like that against his own team was just incredible. You know, it's really fun to, you know, be able to sort of like unearth those and bring them back to the forefront, you know, because like, you know, that's not trending on Twitter these days. That's not like a viral YouTube video. Like when we go back that far in the vault, we're actually like, you know, pulling stuff that's been sitting on a beta tape in a warehouse in like Secaucus, like, and we're actually dragging it back into the spotlight. So it's super cool to be able to do that. Some other ones that I love, like the Dennis Rodman rookie, I was just fascinated with. You know, I'm a Pistons guy, and like I love the Bulls like every kid in the 90s. So, you know, a lot of love for Dennis Rodman. And we got him as a rookie as well. A great play that I'm excited for people to see. I think he'll be a reward for the rare set. But every play in the legendary drop is just truly like iconic. You know, that's kind of the whole point of that specific set. A lot of really fun ones. What are the names? I'm curious to hear your guys' thoughts. What names did you see and get most excited for? And do you have any questions about the names?
Well, I did want to circle back to the pack drop in a minute, but so with Del Curry, the reason that I do know he's on the Jazz, last season, when Cole Anthony was balling out, somebody said Cole's better than his dad. And Greg Anthony, he quoted that on Twitter, and he said he's better than a lot of people's dad. And so on my Magic Player history page, I went back and compared Cole to a lot of players' dads, and one of them was Del Curry. And so I was like, wow, he did play for the Jazz in his rookie season. So that's the only reason why I had any idea that he was on the Jazz as a rookie, because I remembered him much more playing for Charlotte back in the day.
Right.
So on the pack drop, I don't know, like, so for me, I collect a lot of the common sets. I know Andrew, he's maybe a bit more of the legendary flavor. This guy, you know, he's the big time collector. Steven is a little bit on the fence with this drop, and so how would you sell this drop to somebody who isn't 100% sure, somebody who maybe wasn't alive to see the players at the time and looks at the playlist and he's like, yeah, I've heard of a couple of these guys, but you know, I'm not sure whether I want to get in there. Like, how would you sell the drop to someone like Steven?
I do have to hold on before that. I got to defend myself just for half a second. No Magic players, and I'm super dapper poor at the moment. So like that's the biggest thing. But outside of that, go ahead, Austin. Please go ahead and troll me all day. I'm down.
You know, one of the things that I think is the coolest parts of certainly my job and kind of what TopShot is in general is just like it's an opportunity just to educate people. You know, I kind of view our forays into historic content, especially as kind of like guided tours, you know, through a museum. You know, you're walking through different rooms and they're curated in specific ways. Like the displays are set up in certain ways, and you know, not everybody goes through a museum reading and appreciating every single thing in the building. That's crazy, but there's a lot of value that you can get just from kind of going through that experience.
Totally.
And you know, for a lot of people, 86, 87 will be this era just packed with nostalgia, and they might just have a field day remembering what they already knew about these players and stuff like that. But for anybody else, like I think it's as great of a way as any I can think of to like truly go through and really let that context of the environment at that point in time, to let that really sink in, just to be able to kind of go through it that way. So like whether you're, you know, like in our legendary tier, there's like Kevin McHale and James Worthy. These are names you know if any basketball fan will have heard of, but like to really kind of get the context of just some of the biggest moments like from their career, to be able to see that, like it gives us a chance to kind of tell like put some like meat on the bones of that story for you. So at all levels, it's super fun. Like whether you're doing that with those household Hall of Fame superstar names, or any of the names like down the list, like we're getting like Manute Bol with like one of like the performances of his life, like a 15 block game, triple double, just craziness, like a sick like double end play like from Spud Webb. We've got players who are in our, like, even in the common drop that are like 6-time all-stars. Like we got like Walter Davis is in our common drop. There's lots of players who've just, you know, played their own roles in NBA history. And even if those individuals weren't these like, you know, superstars that sort of built a brand that sort of transcended the years, like they were so good. And it's fun to just get a reminder or an introduction to those players in the first place.
Totally.
We're total nerds about this stuff, so I apologize.
We are, and as Jay knows, every time I'm hesitant about a pack drop, I always line up, and if I'm in the queue, I purchase anyways. So I think there's only been like 1 or 2 that I lined up for that didn't actually purchase. All right, Jay, shall we get into this trivia a little bit? You want to start breaking it down and explain how this is going to work?
So, this first one, so the way that it's going to work today, so I want to explain to Sean and to Austin and also to the chat as well, because we've got prizes from the chat, but we need the chat to sort of play along a little bit here, because the prizes for you guys will basically go out to you guys under the condition that you guys are playing by the rules in the chat, because obviously the people in the chat have the ability to be Googling answers and stuff. So we can't have you helping Austin out here if we've pinned him down with a question that he doesn't know. You know, if he can't remember exactly what T-Mac said after, you know, we went up 3-1 against the Pistons in 2003, then that's probably good that he's forgotten that. You know? So
don't type anything in the chat, all right? Unless it's ready for we will announce if a chat person can win it, and that's when you spam the chat. Don't spam the chat until then, please.
So for a lot of questions, basically it'll only go to the chat if both these guys get the question wrong. And so basically the chat is not incentivized to help them out at all, pretty much. For this first one, we've actually got a Dwight run it back moment to give away in this moment. And I'm going to get all of you guys, so Andrew, Stephen, Austin, and Sean, to play on this one. So this prize will go to the chat, but we want to make it a little bit harder for the guys in the chat first up. So, and this is a little bit of a sneak peek as to how some of these questions might work tonight. So, Stephen, can you share the list of the players in the drop? Here we go. So can everybody see? This is the list of all the players in the drop coming up for the archive set, the run it back set, and the legacies. Now, as we spoke to Austin about, there's no Orlando Magic players in this drop, right? Because this is 1986-87 and the Magic first season was 1989-90. But there are 7 players on this list who later in their career did play for the Orlando Magic.
7? Oh my God.
And we're gonna try and name them all. Okay, so we're gonna go around the list here. Now, nobody in the chat, please put any of those names in the chat right now, or you will disqualify yourself from winning the Dwight Run It Back. Okay, so if you know, just keep it under your hat for now. I'm going to throw it to Austin first. Can you name somebody from these 30 players? Well, sorry, there's more than 30 players. There's like 57 all up, who later in their career played for the Magic.
Yes. Mark Price.
Mark Price, that is one. Ding, ding, ding. All right, I'm going to throw it to Sean next up as our guest. Sean, can you name one?
Was Dominique Wilkins one of them?
Dominique Wilkins, that is 2. So we've got 5 left. I'm going to give it to Stephen next up. Can you name the next one?
Patrick Ewing was not only a player for the Orlando Magic, but also a assistant coach for the Orlando Magic during the Dwight years.
That is 3.
I forgot we were supposed to forget
we're going
that.
to you now, Andrew, for the 4th player.
Man, the youngest person here probably. I was gonna guess Patrick Ewing, but yeah, I'm just gonna guess here. Let's see, Derek Harper.
Derek Harper did, yeah.
Nice job.
That's not Irish for luck there, baby. Let's go.
Okay, so let me just double check to keep track here. So Austin, can you just double check your answer for me? I just got to mark these off so I don't get mixed up. Austin, who did you say again?
Mark Price.
Mark Price. Sean, you said
Dominique Wilkins.
Dominique. Okay. And then we went
Ewing.
And Derek Harper. Okay, so we've got 3 left, and we're gonna swing it back to Austin to see if he can get one of these last 3.
Now, sorry, Derek Harper was said, right?
Derek Harper was said.
I can picture did Gerald Wilkins also play the Magic?
Yeah, we had both the Wilkins brothers. All right.
I feel like I had some basketball cards kicking around one of these days.
We are going well here. Now, there's only 2 left, Sean. Can you name one of these last 2?
I'm probably gonna get this one wrong, but Byron Scott.
Byron Scott did not, unfortunately. All right. So now here's where we throw it to the chat. So there's 2 left. The first correct person in the chat who throws the answer in the chat is going to get that Dwight Howard run it back.
Nice.
So there's 2 more players on this list who played for the Magic. Who can name? There we go. We've got it. I think Rob was first. Reggie
Rob
Theus.
got it first. Yep. Sorry, that's what came first in the chat.
Yep. So Reggie Theus, part of the original expansion Magic. And look, if anyone can name the last player, I'm going to put up something from my collection for if anyone can name the 7th player in this list. If anyone can. It's not Robert Parrish. There's one more player on this list who played for the Magic.
Yeah, that kind of counts, but not really.
Doc Rivers coached for the Magic, but he didn't play for the Magic.
Nice
job,
did Danny Ainge end up in a Magic jersey at some point in the twilight of his career?
Danny Ainge did not know. Should I put everyone out of their misery here, or
is it from the archive set or the run it back set?
It's from the archive set. I'll give you that hint.
Was it Spud Webb?
All right, Sean. He's going to earn himself a bonus moment. It was Spud Webb.
Spud Webb, yeah.
Magic.
Interesting.
Really?
Spud Webb did. He only played a few games for the Magic, but he was in there. So that's kind of how the questions are going to work. A little bit along that kind of format. I've got 2 categories here. There are some questions which are based on Orlando Magic / Pistons history, and there's a separate category which is based on like Orlando Magic TopShot. Now, I feel like Austin's going to have the advantage on the TopShot stuff, and Sean, hopefully, he's going to have the advantage on the Magic stuff, although Austin is pretty knowledgeable. So basically, you guys will choose what category of the question you want to answer. Austin, if you choose the TopShot question, you're only going to get 1 point for a correct answer.
Okay.
And you get 2 points if you choose from the Magic history, and vice versa. Sean, if you answer a Magic history question, you're only going to get 1 point, but if you choose a TopShot one and get it right, you'll get 2. Now, as I said, so if the question gets answered incorrectly, then we'll go to the chat. So guys, please just keep playing along with us here in the chat, but don't jump in too early there. We don't want Austin going to the chat for his answers. You know, we want Sean to win big here. So tried not to make it too biased against him. So Sean, I'm going to throw it to you first. Do you want a question, a 1-pointer from Magic history, or do you want to try a 2-pointer from TopShot?
We'll do a 1-pointer from Magic history.
Nice.
1-pointer from Magic history. All right, let me find these questions here.
I like this. We need like a theme song going on right now.
Yeah, like the Jeopardy
theme song.
All right. Well, this question is actually very similar to the one that we just answered. Actually, where we're going to go back and forth, and it's only going to be between Austin and Sean this time. We'll see which one of you guys stumbles. So, the Orlando Magic and the Detroit Pistons, they first faced off in the playoffs back in 1996. All right. I'm not sure, Sean, whether your father sang the national anthem at one of these games. I'm not sure.
Not playoffs, no.
Okay. So the series ended in a dominant 3-0 crushing victory for the Magic. Sorry about that, Austin, but we dominated. Now, in those 3 games, the same 10 players started all 3 games in the series, and you 2 guys, we're going to try to name them all. All right? So we are going to go back and forth. So Sean's going to go first, then Austin's going to go first. We'll continue till one of you stumbles, and then only then will we throw it to the chat. So we're looking for players who started the playoff games in 1996 for the Magic versus the Pistons. You can go, Sean, you can go a Magic player, or you can go a Pistons player. So throw us a name out there.
We'll go Shaq.
Shaq definitely was one. So Austin, there's 9 to pick from.
Penny?
Penny was definitely one. Back to Sean.
Joe Dumars.
Joe Dumars, yes. Back to Sean.
Grant Hill?
Grant Hill, yes. Back to... Sorry, that was Austin. Back to Sean now.
Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah Thomas did not.
No.
Did not. I can't remember whether he was injured but has he already retired? But didn't he? I think he actually injured his Achilles tendon playing against the Magic. Was it at the end of that season, Austin, or it was earlier than that?
Isaiah was a bit earlier.
Yeah, no, because that's right. He was meant to play at the World Championships in '94, but he'd done his Achilles at the end of the '94 season playing against the Magic, actually. All right, so unfortunately, Sean, you didn't get the point on that one. And Austin, if you can name one more, you will get the point for the steal here.
Horace Grant?
Horace Grant. All right.
Nice.
So Austin is on the board with 1 point. And now we're going to go to the chat. So first correct answer for anyone else who started a game in 1996, Pistons or the Magic that we haven't already said, will get a Suggs Top Shot debut. All right, Rob. Rob's all over it. It's gonna be Mark Jankowski. So Brian Shaw, unfortunately, he played, but he didn't start. He didn't start the game.
Oh.
He was a bench player.
Starters here.
Yeah, we're looking for starters. So Mark Jankowski there. He's got Allen Houston, who did start those 3 games in that crushing defeat of the Detroit Pistons.
All right. Let's go.
So Mark will grab the Top Shot debut there. Okay, so Austin, you managed to sneak a point ahead there. You get to choose here. Do you want a Magic history question or do you want a Top Shot question?
Okay, give me the Magic history. I want the smoke.
All right.
You want the smoke? Yes.
All right. So I'm going to share my screen here. We're going to play a short video. This is from Christmas Day game between the Magic and the Pistons back in 2002 when Tracy Mcgrady gave the Pistons a perfect Christmas Day gift of 46 points dropped in their grill. And after we watch the video, I'm going to ask Austin questions. So you basically have to pay attention to the video and I'll ask you a question after that.
All right.
All right. So here we go. All right.
He creates so many problems for you on the defensive end. You give him too many chances to flush that thing down and forget it. Mcgrady spins in the baseline. It's good. This is going to be a really difficult matchup, giving up a lot of athleticism as well. A great read by Mcgrady. Get ready, folks. Showtime.
Evac time. Let's go.
All right. So I'm going to stop sharing that. Okay. So question goes to Austin first up here. After T-Mac stole the ball and he threw down the tomahawk dunk, what was the score in the game?
Oh.
It was 14-4, but was that the first one?
Is that your final answer?
16-4 after the
Is that your
dunk?
final answer?
Yes.
That is incorrect. Sean, you get a chance to steal.
18-4. 18-4.
Yes. So it
Nice.
was 16-4 when T-Mac stole it, and then he got the point, and so went to 18-4.
All right.
I was too busy looking at the court, man. I missed that building so much.
All right, so Sean's got the steal back. 1 point for Sean. Now, because the chat has been playing along nicely here, I've got a bonus question for them for a Suggs Top Shot debut. If you're paying attention there, so here's the question: the turnaround jump shot that T-Mac made in that video, which Orlando Magic player threw the assist to T-Mac on that jump shot?
Ooh.
Ooh.
These guys will be trying to look the video up on YouTube, quick smart, and try to find that spot on the video, rewind it.
You got.
You can just throw a name out there and.
We have 2 coming in.
You got some coming in.
Yeah. Okay. 1 cent collector has got it. 1 cent collector has got it. It was Mike Miller. All right. Okay. So the boys are 1-1 here, and we've given away some moments in the chat. So we're back to Sean here. Do you want a top shot question or a Magic history question?
Let's do another Magic history question.
All right. We're going to drain the well of the Magic. Nobody wants to touch the top shot question, eh? All right. Okay. All right. So, Sean, a number of players have played for both the Orlando Magic and the Detroit Pistons throughout their franchise history.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to try to guess how many. All right. Now, since this is your question, you can choose to either set the line, and then Austin will have to guess higher or lower, or you can make Austin set the line, and you can guess higher or lower. So someone needs to set the line on how many players have played for both franchises throughout their history. You can either set it if you think you'll be pretty close and make it harder for Austin to choose higher or lower, or you can make him set the number, and then you can pick higher or lower.
We'll have Austin set the number.
All right, Austin, how many do you reckon there is?
Okay, let me just I'm gonna set the number at over the entire history of the Magic, I guess.
Yes.
I'm gonna say 28.
All right, so Sean, you've got the option here to go over 28 or under 28. What do you?
We'll go under 28.
I was going to say under 2.
Under 28.
Under 28. Unfortunately, it is over. Over 28.
Oh my goodness.
So Austin is going to get the point on that one as well.
What's the exact number?
The number is actually 34.
Wow, that was a pretty decent number.
Wow.
So yeah, Austin was pretty close with 28. It wasn't bad.
You're doing all right.
All right. Now for that one, I didn't have a backup to the chat, but we've got plenty more Suggs Top Shot debuts to give away. I'm going to throw it back to Austin. Do we want to keep pumping the Magic history, or do you want to try a Top Shot one?
Give me the Magic history. I want those
Right.
I want those 2 pointers. Not
Okay.
competitive at all.
So Austin's up 2-1 right now. Okay, so this question. Orlando and Detroit have made a total of only four trades during the history involving a total of 10 players. So Austin, you're going to try to name as many of those 10 players as you can to take them off the board. All right. And then basically to make it as hard as possible to Sean to get one more at the end. Okay. So think about any trades between the Orlando Magic and the Detroit Pistons over the years. There's been 10 players traded back and forth. And your job is to try and name as many as you can.
Okay. Grant Hill.
Yes, that's one.
Ben Wallace.
That's two.
Chucky Atkins.
That's three. That's the one trade.
That's the one that's like seared into my memory. Okay, now. I'm struggling to recall more. Let me just kind of go through the eras in my brain right now.
This is a really tough question.
They all have been so far.
I feel like once I actually tell you the trades, you guys will remember at least a couple of these anyway.
I got a few in my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have one guy in my head right now.
All right, we might have to put a little time limit on
Okay, yeah.
throw up a name here.
I can't. Nothing's coming. I'm blanking.
Nothing's coming. All right, Sean, so there's 7 names left here. If you can name one, you'll grab
Brandon
the point.
Jennings.
Pardon?
Brandon Jennings.
Brandon Jennings. Yes. All right. Now,
There you go.
Chat time.
all right, we're going to throw it to the chat. There's 6 names left. Who has got one of these names that were traded, a player traded between the Detroit Pistons and the Orlando Magic? First correct answer, we'll grab a Suggs.
I think Apostolos got one.
There
Maybe.
it is.
Yeah, I knew Tobias Harris was one of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
He hasn't already won a Suggs, right? That guy?
Nope.
He has not. No.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. For the chat, if you win a Suggs, you are no longer eligible to win another. So only one
Yes.
Suggs.
All right. So we've got, he actually named 2 guys there, so that was great. So Ursa
Bonus points.
Ilyasova was part of the Brandon Jennings trade for Tobias Harris in 2016. And we also had the Darko Milicic trade in 2006 for Carlos Arroyo and Kelvin Cato.
Oh, that's right.
And then in 2019, we had Jody Meeks was traded to the Magic for a 2nd-round pick. So he was
I
number
would
2.
not get that one.
That's right.
I forgot
Would
we
have-
had.
Right.
It would have made it tough if we got all the way down to number 9 there. So,
Magic legend Jody Meeks.
all right.
Wait,
So,
question. Hold on. Can I ask one quick question?
yeah, man,
Who do Magic fans love more, Brandon Jennings or Jody Meeks?
throw it in the chat.
And also, Austin, who do you like more, Brandon Jennings or Jody Meeks?
You know, Jody Meeks is like typical, like peak Stan Van Gundy. 5 minutes into free agency, just like spending all of our money. We're like, yeah, we got Jody Meeks. I'm like, who was lining up at midnight to sign Jody Meeks other than Stan Van Gundy? It was sort of a signature move for us, spending our money really, instantly.
Jennings had some moments for you guys too, though.
He did. Jennings was good, and
He
it was a
balled.
depressing decade. And Jennings made it at least a little bit fun for a little while. I kind of forgot about the Brandon Jennings era, but it was fun. Can we spend just like a quick 45 minutes or so talking about the Darko Milicic trade? However, and he shaved his head. I remember repping the pinstripes, right? I think they were the throwback pinstripes at that point, but the black and the pinstripes. And Darko was good. We wasted him here. And then he got a little bit of run with you guys, and we got Kelvin Cato. So anyway, that's another one that sort of seared into my mind from back in the day.
Look, he was serviceable for the Magic. They tried to play him alongside Howard for a while, but yeah, he was obviously not. He never lived up to the number 2 pick in the draft kind of caliber that he was. That he had that cloud hanging over him for his whole career.
I went to the very first Orlando Magic game. I was living just outside of Toronto at the time. And I'm like, I got to go see the first Darko appearance in Toronto. The only human being who said that, but I was there watching your guys' Magic. I was a Magic fan that night.
That's pretty awesome.
So.
Yeah,
Does he have a moment on TopShot?
Darko, no, but he's in a couple moments. He's in the background of some of 506 ones. Not that I'm keeping track or anything.
All right, so we're halfway through here, guys. 4 questions down, 4 to go, and
go.
it's tied. It's all tied up. So now I only prepared 5 questions in each category here. So there's only 1 question left in Magic history, and then we're going to have to start looking at some top questions here. So Sean, do you want to go the last question on the Magic history front, or do you want to try one of these top ones?
Let me try a Top Shot one.
All right, we'll try a top shot.
Let's go.
All right. Now this is a bit of a beast of a question here. So we'll see how we go. So Austin, this is hopefully something that is not too even. Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see. Orlando Magic moments, all right, on TopShot appear in a total of 28 non-base sets, and we're going to try to name them all. So we're going backwards and forwards. Sean's going to name one. Austin's going to name one. And if you name a set where there is not an Orlando Magic player, then you get the question wrong, and the other person gets the points. So we're looking for non-base sets. It can be any tier. It can be fandom, legendary, rare, or bay or common. It can be any tier, but it must have an Orlando Magic player in the set. So Sean, we'll start with you.
So I'm in the set or the player? Just a player that's in the set.
Name a set.
Okay. Deck the Hoops.
Deck the Hoops. Yes, Dwight Howard. All right, over to you, Austin.
Now, if I say Hall Icon, do I have to say the series? Or can I
yes. If there's multiple series, then yes, you need to say the series.
Okay. Hall Icon series 1.
Okay. Yep. Nicola and Aaron Gordon. Okay, back to Sean.
Sorry.
Run it back. 0506.
Yes, we had.
Or is that the wrong?
Dwight
Yeah,
Howard.
no, we had Dwight Howard in that running back season. Yes.
Yeah,
Back to Austin.
running back 13-14 for Jameer Nelson's the greatest dunk of Jameer Nelson's career.
Yes, we also had Victor Oladipo in that one.
The biggest bottlenecks for Magic collectors.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, back to Sean.
Metallic Gold Ellie.
Which series?
The doesn't matter, first series.
Yeah, so just to take it off the board. Yep, back to Austin.
Extra Spice.
Extra Spice. Yes, we got Jalen Suggs in there. Back to Sean.
The Cosmic. Cosmic has one.
Yes, we got Aaron Gordon in the Cosmic. Yes, back to Austin.
Throwdown Series 2.
Throwdown Series 2. We got Mo Bamba in there. Back to Sean.
Is there a throws down one? Is there a throwdown one with a Magic player in there?
Yeah, we got Terrence Ross in there. Back to Austin.
I'll say archive set of summer series 2021.
Archive set. Dwight Howard, Steve Francis debut. Back to Sean.
Metallic Gold Series 2.
Yep, 5 guys in there. Back to Austin.
Metallic Gold Series 3.
Back to Sean.
Easy one there.
All right, we're starting to get through the list. Back to you, Sean.
I don't know anymore.
Have a think.
You got this, Sean. Let's go.
What Magic players you got in your collection that aren't in the base set, and what set are they from?
We go Throwdown 3.
Yeah, Wendell
Yeah.
Carter and Jalen Suggs. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yes, sir.
Back to Austin.
Hollow Icon Series 3.
Yep. And back to Sean.
Is there a Hollow Icon 2?
Yes.
At least someone said. Yeah.
Yep. Back to Austin.
Okay.
It's getting a little bit tricky now.
Yeah.
He's even having to think about it. He made all these moments, and he's got to think.
Jeez. Well, Metallic Silver FE. Phantom.
Yes, Jalen Suggs. All right, Sean. You're going to have to throw a set out there now. Getting hard.
Get ready, chat.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get ready.
You got this, Sean. Let's go.
It was Hollow Icon 3, I guess.
Hollow Icon 3 was already said. So Austin's going to get the point there, and we throw it to the chat for the next set. Who can name a set where we have an Orlando Magic player in the set that's not the base set?
Yeah, I think we got a winner already there. Peg City Ballin'.
Hasn't come up on my screen yet, but
Here they are. They're starting to come in.
Hustle and Show. Hustle and Show Series 2. We had RJ Hampton.
RJ.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rising Star Series 3, Cali versus New York.
Yeah, there's a lot left.
So
There's quite a few. Lace them
I'll
up.
run through the list, the rest of the list for those interested. Early adopters, we had Markel Fultz in there. First round rare set, we had Nikola Vucevic. The He Got Game set, we had Mo Bamba. The Hometown Showdown, also Mo Bamba. Lace them up, Markel Fultz. Rising Stars Series 3, we had, of course, Cole, Suggs, and Franz Wagner. Rim Shakers, got Cole Anthony in there. Season Tip-Off, Aaron Gordon.
Very late edition, but still there. Right?
Seeing Stars, Nikola Vucevic. Squad Goals, Mo Bamba. And Summer of 21, RJ Hampton. So that's the full list there. All right, Austin, you have a 3-2.
Just a random aside, the amount of hurdles that we had to go through to get freaking Cole Anthony and
Tell us the story. Tell us the story.
A little bit
We
about
want to
that,
know this
Ron.
story forever.
So Rim Shakers is sometimes we mobilize all the forces to do instantaneous moments, or at least as close of a time of a turnaround as possible. Kind of need a lot of hands on deck, and not just from us internally. We need engineers to do all the minting stuff. We need my team to get and source the plays and all that. And we need people on standby at the union. We need people on standby at the league itself. So you got to get a lot of people in motion to do something like that. And we did for All-Star Weekend. And we got, I think the other 3 came, right away, that weekend, maybe even the next day. I'm not even sure. but then Cole walks onto the court wearing like a jersey of a different team with a retired player, his dad, standing on the court, and like Timberlands. He does in the oh gosh, I'm blanking on the name of the dance that he did as well. There is so many things that like usually if it's just a cut and dry moment, it's just easy to smash it through approvals and get it into the product. But there's all these different layers of like marketing approvals. And do we have the rights to have the Timberlands? Do we have the rights to show his dad? Can we just show a Knicks jersey if it's a Magic moment? So it just hit all these things. We're like, shit, we got to track down Greg Anthony and get his like approval basically for the moment. People on our team were like, yeah, I was talking to him in the airport. He said he's down to make it happen. But just one thing after another. Everybody on our team is like, just close the rim shaker set. I'm not going to do it until we get the fourth dunk contest.
Oh, thank you.
So
yeah, that's some great insight. Thanks for sharing that.
I'd use up a lot of like political goodwill, but I got it. I got you your Cole Anthony.
Oh, thank you.
You
should have seen the rage.
I burned moments for that one. It was great.
The rage the day after the dunk contest when there was no Cole Anthony moment in the Packs and Pinstripes Discord was evident. No, thank you for working hard to get it, and also for that insight. And yeah, it did make me wonder because that, you know, for example, like I thought Obi Toppin, his probably best dunk of the comp was where he dunked over another guy, and then I was like, well, they probably don't have the
you know something crazy. Who did Obi dunk or that guy? He's like a dunk. I can't remember his name, but he trains dunk contestants, right? I think that's
yeah.
But it's a whole different beast if it is a retired player, and even if we have the rights to a retired player, like I think was the case for Greg Anthony, that's the rights to use them in game footage where they're playing. And another example of this, like we have the rights to Del Curry. You know, obviously he's coming up in the archive set. But when Steph broke the record, and we're like, oh my God, we need to get Steph with Reggie, and you know, Del and Reggie's rights are kind of tricky sometimes. Like they literally pulled Reggie out of this game. Like Reggie's got his own NIL deals, but I'm like, at least we can get Del Curry because, you know, we've got Del's rights. So let's get Del at least celebrating in that moment. But then we found out that the rules of having like a retired player, like you can't have them in non-playing situations. So that's why the Del appearance was not with the Steph record. It's why the Greg Anthony was tricky to get into the Cole Anthony. It's why the KG dab isn't in that Jaylen Brown throwdown, right? Because it's just a whole different animal.
Wow.
And which comes with a whole set of other things. But
I don't know how we can get this information out there because there's so many people who are just like, you know, why don't we have this or why don't we have that? And they don't understand like how many hoops you have to actually jump through to get the moment across the line.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I see the comment in the chat. You know, some players we just didn't have the rights to. You know, some players we kind of look forward to working with in other kind of more featured capacities in the future. Like, there's a couple different reasons why players don't appear.
Saving them for later.
But, you know, I would love that one day to just kind of throw the kitchen sink and get a great like Charles Barkley activation. How cool would that be? You know, in due time.
Featured on NBA on TNT, did the whole thing, you know.
Yeah. Oh my God, how cool of a pack would that be? Get Shaq, Chuck, Kenny Smith. We'll give Ernie a moment if we got to make it happen. Let's go.
Yeah.
Shall we keep it moving?
Yeah. So we are back to Austin, I believe. Yeah. Question 6
Yes.
now. Question 6. We're back to Austin. And you can choose the last Magic history question, or we can go a TopShot question.
Give me my last 2-pointer, then I'll be gone. I don't have a great track record with them, but I'm going for it.
You are winning 3-2 right now. Okay, so
let's go.
All right. Well, you guys getting used to this format by now. We already talked about 34 different players who have played for the Magic and the Pistons, and now we're going to try to name every one of those 34 players who have played for both the Orlando Magic and the Detroit Pistons. We'll go backwards and forwards until one of you stumbles, and we'll see how many we can name. So, Austin, who's a player who played for both the Magic and the Pistons?
Grant Hill.
Yes, that's one. Sean.
Jody Meeks. Jody
Meeks, yes. Back to Austin.
Ben Wallace.
Ben Wallace, yes. Back to Sean.
Darko Milicic.
Yes, back to Austin.
Chucky Atkins.
Lucky Atkins, yes, back to Sean.
Ersan Ilyasova.
Yes, back to Austin.
Brandon Jennings.
Yes, back
All
to
the
Sean.
ones we talked about.
Yeah, going through all the traded guys.
Let me see. Chucky. You said Chucky Atkins just now, right? Cato.
Kelvin Cato, yes, back to Austin.
Tobias Harris.
Yes, we've pretty much done that list of guys in those trades. I
Last
think.
one that I know.
Memory recall at this point.
Yeah, back to Sean. Yeah, Sean.
Let me see. Played for both.
Magic and the Pistons.
You got this.
Oh,
Some big
That's
names
tough.
on this list.
It's tough.
Some surprising names on this list and some big names on this list.
Mike Miller ever played for the Pistons?
Fortunately not.
No.
So Austin, if you can name one more, we're going to go to a commanding lead here.
I have a player who you guys might not remember his tenure on your team because it was pretty forgettable, but Detroit Pistons superstar Tracy McGrady.
Yeah, you are right. I
The
was
guy
wondering
played for
if
the
anyone was
Pistons.
going to get that one.
I
Played for the Pistons.
I know, right? We've all blocked it out of memory. And the Knicks and the Spurs. Like
I remember the Knicks. Don't remember the Pistons.
Yeah, I interviewed Tracy McGrady when he was on the Pistons. I was covering a game in the in Toronto, a Raptors game, and McGrady was on the Pistons. I just had to. I was trying to talk to him and get an interview out of him. He wanted nothing to do with me, but I'm just like, it's so weird that you're here, right? Like, I'm obviously a Pistons homer. We wanted to just talk to him forever. So, fun fact. Oh, I like
All right,
that.
well,
Develops in the chat. Heck yeah.
I'm going to start the chat chance from now. So anyone who answered before now does not count. So right now we are, and you had to have played a regular season game. Okay, so it doesn't count if you just got traded to the team and got waived. So anyone can name another player who played for both, and anybody who answered before I said anything doesn't count. If you name a player who was already named by Austin or Sean, also doesn't count. So Brandon Jennings was already named. Chucky Atkins was already named. Billups never played for the Magic. He was waived. Tobias Harris was already named.
Huh. Stump in the chat now, too.
Stump in the chat. Ilyasova was already named.
Let's go chat.
Billups was traded to the Magic, but he was waived before he played a game.
Yeah, he never suited up.
Troy Hudson never played for the Pistons.
Time to hit up the basketball reference folks, right?
Yeah, I tried to make these questions hard to Google, so when it was stuff in the chat
certainly did.
These
You
are
can't just
definitely
Google that.
I'm glad I'm hosting and not participating, because I'd be embarrassed.
There's actually a lot more names here. Grant Hill was already said. So Grant Hill was already said by somebody. We need a player that wasn't named by Austin or Sean. Jacques Vaughn never played for the Pistons. Greg Monroe never played for the Magic.
Okay.
I don't know if he played for the Pistons. Did he, Austin? Greg Monroe?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. For a while.
It was our triple towers with Josh Smith and Andre Drummond, and for some reason it didn't work. I don't know.
Tyronn Lue never played for the Pistons. Mo Bamba has never played for anyone but the Magic. Jeez, we're struggling with this list.
Yes.
There's a lot of players on here.
Can you give them a hint?
One of the players.
I got one. Can I guess one?
You can make it harder for the chat if you want. Hang on. Yeah, Darko Milicic has already been said. Yeah, throw out another harder one. Make it harder for him, Austin.
Did you guys get Carlos Arroyo at all?
Carlos Arroyo is another one. Yep. Pat Garrity never played for the Pistons. One of our greatest point guards of all time actually played for the Pistons, guys. There's my hint. One of the Magic's greatest point guards of all time did play a short stint with the Detroit Pistons.
Oh, I think I got it.
Let's see if anyone else can get it. It wasn't Mark Price. Wow, stumped these guys. It wasn't Scott Skiles. Darko's already been said, so I don't know.
Does it start with a D though?
Not. Well, not the one that I was thinking of. It depends how you classify best point guards of all time. It's not Darryl Armstrong.
That's what I was going to guess.
Isaiah Thomas never played for the Magic.
I'm not allowed to type in the chat, am I? There
Okay, we got it. We got it. Hamish Robertson's got it. Hamish Robertson has got it.
Let's go. Good job.
Jameer Nelson. Oh, and Zachary right behind with Ish Smith was another one. But Jameer Nelson did play for the Pistons late in his career. I'll run through the rest of the list because there's a lot of guys on here, just in case you were wondering. Aaron Aflalo played for both. Ben Gordon. Beno Udrich. Brian Williams / Bison Daly played for both. Corey Maggette, DJ Augustine, Don Reed, Donta Hall, James Ennis, Jason Maxiell, Jordan Bone, Judd Bushler, Justin Harper, Kenny the Jet Smith played for both teams.
Wow.
Laterio Green, Maurice Evans, Sidney Green, Stacey Augman, Tree Rollins, Zaza Pachulia, and of course, our man, Frazier. All right, so that's the full list. So
that was a doozy.
That's tough.
Austin has gone to a commanding lead here. Now that was question 6, right? So yeah. Sean basically going to have to get both of these last 2 questions right to have a shot here. So Sean, we've only got TopShot questions, but you need the 2-pointers anyway. Okay, so we're going to go to a TopShot question, and if you get it right, Austin doesn't even get a shot at it. So we're going to play this moment. So I'm going to share my screen here.
James Ennis on the podcast a couple of years ago during the bubble. That was a fun one.
All right, can you see? All right, we've got this moment here. So let me just get to the question and make sure I've got this sorted. All right, I'm gonna play this moment for you, Sean, and then I'm gonna ask you a question about it. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Very undervalued this moment. Currently a huge steal on the marketplace for anybody who wants Wendell Carter Jr. dunking on the former MVP.
Was that the night that Franz put up 30 points, or was that the night after?
He put up 38 against the Bucks, didn't he? I'm not sure if it was the same game. All right.
I don't remember which one.
All right.
Back to back.
Okay, so Sean, going to ask you a question on that moment for 2 points and a chance to stay in the game here. So after Wendell throw down the dunk in Giannis's face, 2 Orlando Magic teammates jumped up from the bench, celebrated, hugged, danced until Coach Jamal Mosley pulled them off the court.
I know who this is.
Now, unfortunately, Austin cut the celebration out of this moment. Now, who were those 2 players?
It's not Cole Anthony, is it?
That is one of the 2 players. Who was the other?
Jonathan Isaac?
Ooh. Unfortunately, it was not. Does the chat know the second player who was celebrating with Cole Anthony after that dunk from Wendell Carter Jr. in Giannis' face?
This is the one where they're like hugging and jumping up and down, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rob got it, I think.
Rob's got it. Has Rob already won one?
Rob.
Well, he won a run it back. He hasn't won a Suggs yet, so.
Okay, well, he's cleaning up then.
Rob, you had a
profitable
great
stream for him.
Thank you for joining the stream, sir.
Some inside context.
Explain yourself, sir.
There was during the various like masking rules.
You can throw it on Stephen.
There was a lot of. It was really hard to get bench reactions during that period of really high sort of mask regulations, because if some players were wearing it around their neck or whatever, it really made a lot of things had to go right to be able to get celebration footage.
Man.
Yeah.
Oh, they had them on, kinda.
They kind of got the masks on.
Yeah, but Mosley didn't have the mask on, right? It was under his mouth.
Yeah.
You see him adjust it. That's
But then-
interesting, though. I didn't
Yeah, that
realize
is
you had
interesting.
to. I mean, it makes sense, but you have to
Yeah.
show proper mask usage during that.
Well, they relaxed that in the last couple months of the season, and like we've just been trying to really ramp up. I mean, not just bench reactions, but just anything that sort of sets the context
Sure.
for those moments, and so it's nice to be able to at least have the option now to be able to show some reactions, and you'll see a lot of them even in the 86, 87 content where we'll just flash the bench reactions, and it's really cool to be able to get that just because it adds, that's probably the funnest moment of that play, right?
Yeah.
Just to be able to add that, so it's part of it. Like I remember us pushing just to get like the headlock, the Kevin Love headlock on LeBron,
Oh,
after
yeah.
the LeBron holo, and we're like, we need it, like we just really want it, and so they gave it to us. So we're pushing more and more. Like we hired a guy just to sort of make sure that every video that we release is as like sick as it can be. It's like, so it's been awesome for historic stuff, and it's really cool for contemporary stuff as well.
Yeah. I feel like as time goes on, these approvals should get easier and easier, but yeah, in these first couple of seasons, it's going to be tough.
Yeah. It's a combination. It's weird. It's a combination of trust. Like we've got a great relationship, with everybody we deal with, and they're learning like that the crazy ideas that we come up with, like they're all pretty cool. One of my favorite meetings is just literally like nerding out with the NBA's like content team. It's just really cool. And then on the other hand, you've got just NFTs becoming more and more there's more and more of a spotlight on NFTs, and that can sometimes work against us because when nobody knew what the hell an NFT was, and like people are like, yeah, sure, whatever, TopShot can use this or that because there weren't a lot of eyeballs on it. But as more eyeballs come on the product, it's sort of like heightened scrutiny in some ways as well. So it's a bit of a balance for sure.
Good to know.
How often do you have those meetings with the NBA? Is it like weekly, every Tuesday at 3:00?
Yeah, I mean, a couple different. Like I'm in meetings with NBA guys like basically every day, and they like once upon a time, like in series 1, like I didn't start working until halfway through series 2, but in once upon a time they would kind of just send content, right? And then our team, like we didn't have a curation team, we didn't have a content specific sort of like department, but now we do. But once upon a time, they would just send plays. They cut the plays or whatever, highlight reels, top 10 videos, all that stuff. They would send them to us, and they would kind of just get dumped into a pile and then kind of put into product. But over the past 2-3 like series, we're at a point where like 100% of the content that actually comes out is not just stuff that we got, it's stuff that we looked for and actively requested and stuff like that. So every day we're like, talking about our requests. The MBAE that handles like the editing and the cutting of their like IP, like the videos themselves. So they do all that stuff. But we kind of chime in and be like, hey, can we show this or can we cut this? Like all that stuff. So there's a lot of back and forth, a lot of collaboration. And we have kind of more like big picture conversations with like a larger array of people every 2 weeks. So, and that's just us. That's just my team. Like we've got other teams like specifically for the partnership and stuff like that, and they're having lots of combos with them.
Wow,
That's crazy. That's crazy. Very, very involved process, and probably a lot of people don't realize how involved it is.
It can get crazy at times. Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I didn't know.
All right, Jay. Sorry to take over on that. Back to you, sir.
Now you guys are good. Andrew, can I just check in to see how many sugs we got left?
We have. Let's see. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out so far. So we have 2 left.
2 left. Okay. All right. So we got. Let's throw one into the chat. I'm going to give a different question on that. I'm just riffing here because we got a spare one. So on that Wendell Carter Jr. moment that we all just watched, first person to correctly answer in the chat will get a Suggs debut. Which Orlando Magic / Detroit Pistons legend threw the assist to Wendell Carter Jr. on that play? I gave you a hint there. He's a player who played for both teams, the Magic and the Pistons. Has chat gone to sleep, or is it just not loading for me?
I don't see any entries yet. Nobody wants the moment.
Nobody wants the Suggs. They're scrambling to pull up the.
Can you please repeat the question?
Can I guess? Can I guess?
Do you want a Jalen Suggs top shot?
I think I know. I think I know. But I'm gonna let them
Austin, were you a collector before you joined Dapper?
It wasn't
was.
Jordan Bone.
That's good to know.
Can you repeat the question, Jay?
Okay, so in the Wendell Carter Jr. 60K dunk moment, who was the Magic player who threw the pass to Wendell right before he dunks it? Bird Up's got it.
Oh,
Bird up.
Tim Frazier. Sorry, Austin. Was that who you were going to say it was?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. Oh, I didn't
All
say
right,
it.
we would have stumped Austin on that one. I should have asked you
Bird
that.
up. I feel like we've won in the past on one of our streams before.
He's won everything.
Yeah. Nice job keeping up your trend. Austin, we do a stream about once a month where it's always trivia and give away loads of moments. It's a lot of fun.
I love that. That's awesome.
All right, this is our last question for the night, and it's got to go to Austin first. It's a top shot question, and we'll see whether you give Sean a shot at it. But let me see. I'm going to try to pick the hardest one of what we've got left here. I don't know if I can stump you though. They're all, these are all moments that you curated. So
there's a lot of them though. A lot gets lost up here.
well, that's what I'm trying to think of. What's something where you could maybe. All right. Okay. How about this one? All right. There's only 3 Orlando Magic moments that fall in the fandom tier. There's only 3.
I know.
I'm gonna give you the players. So I think you already know them, right? Can you name? This is not the question, but can you name 3? We already talked about one of them.
Yeah, the one we already talked about is can I say it?
Yeah.
Jalen Suggs, MSFE.
Yeah.
Okay.
We talked about the approvals you needed for another one.
Oh right, yeah. Our Rim Shakers Cole Anthony.
Rim Shakers, Colin, yeah.
And there's another fandom you're saying that's not one of those sets, or is it?
Yeah, the first one you guys ever did.
First Magic fandom moment. Oh, we
Guys,
stumped you. I should have made this the actual question.
And it's not those sets. Okay, is it vintage? Is it vintage?
No.
Vibes?
No. I'm going to give a point to Sean for Austin not knowing this one.
Oh, I saw it in the chat.
It was RJ Hampton, summer of 21.
Yeah, the very first set. Oh my God, yes.
Okay, now here's the actual question. Austin. Those 3 moments, I need you to list them in order of the lowest mid count to the highest mid count. 1, 2, 3. Which moment has the lowest mid count?
Okay, lowest is RJ. And then the middle is Jalen Suggs. Highest mid count is Cole Anthony.
I believe that is incorrect. So I'm just going to double check that.
I think it is.
I believe that is incorrect.
Really? That's what I would have guessed.
Huh.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like it is too.
If anything, the first and second ones are backwards.
Well, don't give any hints here, Andrew. Sean, Austin has faltered there. That is incorrect. So there are 3 moments here. We've got Cole Anthony, Jalen Suggs, RJ Hampton. You need to list them in order of the lowest mint size first.
Cole Suggs, RJ. RJ would be the highest count, right?
Yeah. You got it.
Really? Wow.
You got it.
I thought
What are the counts?
So yeah, I had to go and check this because I was like, wow, Austin. Cole Anthony was only 1,364 because it was a burning challenge, so it was the lowest.
right.
Suggs was the metallic silver, 2,041, and then RJ Hampton was the Summer League,
Championship,
2,293 on that one. So with the bonus point that I gave Sean, we're actually tied up here, and luckily I do have some tiebreaker questions. So,
all right, okay.
We've got one more for the chat, though, don't we? Let me just see what I've got left here. One more, Suggs, don't we?
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
I'm shocked that Cole is that low. We're gonna have to talk with our challenge team. Like, don't make him too scarce because he didn't do all that great in the contest. Like,
Yeah.
don't make him as what was Jalen Green was like 50,000 or something. Like, maybe hit 5 digits. Maybe make him kind of like. I just think about how they sort of stack up relative to how they actually finished in the contest. I'll have a talk.
Austin, like you've had thousands of moments that you've done and the mint counts and stuff. I don't know how you would possibly remember it all. So you don't have to defend yourself here. So I'm just trying to come up with I've got a few questions here. So I'm gonna try this one for the tiebreaker. I'll try and go one of these back and forth questions and see who falters first here. So the Orlando Magic have 5 players on TopShot where their TopShot debut, that's the key part, their TopShot debut contains 1 or more rookie badges. We're going to try to list those 5 players in order from the first player who had their debut minted to the last. So with 5 Magic players, well, this is for the big major prize here. Whoever gets this one wins. Okay, so there are 5 Magic players on TopShot whose TopShot debut contains 1 or more rookie badges. We're going to list them in order from the first one who had their debut minted until the 5th one, and we'll see who falters. So I'm going to throw it to Sean first to see if you can name the first player. There's only 5. Don't overthink it. There's only 5.
Mo Bamba?
Unfortunately, we don't have any Mo Bamba ones with rookie badges. He doesn't have any rookie badges. Austin, can you get the number?
Is it Victor Oladipo?
No, it is not, because Victor Oladipo was not his TopShot debut. So I'm going to throw it back to Sean for another go here.
Okay.
Tough question, but this is for the win.
Cole Anthony, MGLE. High value moment here.
Rookie moments, multiple badges.
Austin, do you know
first minted? First minted.
Do you know the mint count of the Cole Anthony MGLE that Sean could win from the floor value of it?
What series is it?
Series 2.
It's not Dwight Howard, is it?
Unfortunately, we don't have any rookie moments of Dwight either. So we'll throw it back to Austin. We'll keep going until somebody gets it here.
My guess for the mint count, by the way, is $4.99. And that's my guess.
No, it was a challenge reward, so it's much lower than that.
Oh, okay. So I'm guessing a rookie from.
Don't spam the chat.
The first. I just got the private chat open. Don't worry.
Good.
The from the John Zion draft, right? I figure so. It's a TopShot debut that has at least 1 rookie badge. So they didn't do the 4Ks in that series at that point. That rookie class, however, I can't.
This one's kind of tricky. The first one's really tricky.
I had to come up with a tough one here. This is for all the
This has got me all tangled up. Is it so it's not so Cole was the next series. Who are your other rookies in that season?
We're going to have to put a little time limit on it, I think.
Yeah.
I can't think of who that rookie would be.
I can confirm that you have seen this moment, Austin. I can confirm. You have laid eyes on this moment.
I have, probably, yeah. Okay.
All right, I'm going to give you 10 seconds here. You're going to have to name somebody.
I mean, I would have been a collector at this point. I probably owned it, to be honest. I
Go
can't.
throw out a name.
I don't got it. I don't got it.
Nobody?
Nobody.
Sean, you got someone? Throw a name out there.
Chumo Kiki.
Ooh, close but not quite.
Not quite. Back to Austin.
This might take a while.
Yeah. Oh my
There's only
gosh.
5 names.
Can you confirm is a rookie that was drafted in the 2019 draft?
Oh, I can't give you that kind of hint. This is for all the marbles.
Okay.
For a big moment.
Okay. Goodness. Is it? Did you get Wendell Carter Jr. in his rookie season, or did he play? No, he's like.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Was that your final answer?
Yeah. I gotta say it. Yeah.
Okay, Wendell Carter Jr. played
You
for
got
the
him.
Bulls.
You got him in year 2. His year 2.
We traded Vooch for him. Yeah, we played for the Bulls.
We got him in
John, you got another shot.
Yeah, I have no idea. No idea who the first minted was. No.
Well, you were close on the last one.
I'm gonna give him a hint. I'm gonna give him a hint here.
You're the captain.
Yeah. So this is not a 4K rookie badge moment. It's a 12K.
That's a good hint, without too much of a hint.
And we don't have
Actually,
any rookie badges in
I'm
Series
not sure
1.
that is an accurate hint, actually, Andrew. I'm going to have
Is
to
it?
dispute that.
Man, I have no idea. No idea.
Well, yeah, well let Jay confirm that for me, but I was pretty sure that this guy was first.
Going by the mint order on TopShot Explorer. All right, I'm gonna. Does anyone in the chat want to have a crack at this one, because we've stumped both of these guys?
There is a guess already in there.
Yeah, I think that's where Andrew was thinking, but I don't think that's correct, unless TopShot's Explorer's got it backwards.
Yeah, so Raynor came in with RJ Hampton, Cole, Chuma, Franz, and then Suggs. I thought RJ Hampton was first too.
Is it is it Chuma?
So
Sorry,
okay.
I shouldn't be guessing.
We're gonna have to just
Sean said
wipe the question
Chuma.
out, because as far as I know, it's Cole Anthony. So Cole Anthony had the 4K rookie badge from his first game against Miami, and on the TopShot Explorer list, that's the 738th minted moment in that base set. And then Chuma came next as sorry, hang on. That wasn't 738. Cole's, that was his 40K. Cole's was the 406th moment from that Series 2 base set. And then Chuma's rookie moment was the second one as 737. And then RJ Hampton's didn't come till later, because remember, he played the first half of his rookie season with the Nuggets, guys, but he didn't get a moment with the Nuggets. And then he got traded to the Magic. So,
well, I would have got that one wrong.
That was the 12K.
Yeah,
that was the 12K. All right. So that question.
So you didn't even have a rookie in Series 1 then?
No, there
aren't any. Well, we did. We had Victor Oladipo was a rookie moment in Series 1, but it wasn't a TopShot debut.
Okay.
So Austin, we drafted Chuma Okeke that year, and he delayed. He basically signed a 1 year with our G League team, and then signed his rookie contract the following season.
Okay.
And that's why
Yeah,
we have Chuma Okeke and Cole Anthony as our rookies the following season.
Okay. One fun fact about RJ Hampton, like we were all ready to get like an RJ Hampton out at 4K on Denver.
No.
Ready to get it out there, but then the trade happened, and once a trade has happened, like we can't.
Oh wow!
Use the moment from the previous team. I mean, they don't really want us to. So So that's how RJ Hampton's 4K just got shelved.
Maybe you can run it back one day.
Just wait. We got to catch that in the RJ Hampton anthology set.
All right. Well, I'm not sure what to do here, guys, because we're tied. I've got other questions, but it's not really a back and forth one, and I can't even remember who went first on that last question. Was it Sean?
I think Austin did.
Did Austin go first on that last question? Austin, did you go first on that last question? I can't
remember. I cannot confirm or deny. I don't remember.
All right. Does anyone object if I throw this last question to Sean and give him a shot at winning?
Go to Sean. Yep.
Let's go.
Okay. Last chance.
Give me all the chances in the world.
I'm trying to get you across the line, Sean. All right. There are 3 Orlando Magic players on TopShot that have 9 unique NBA TopShot moments, which is the most for Orlando Magic players. Can you name 2 out of these 3? We need 2 out of these. So the most. So basically, think of which Magic players have the most moments.
Mm-hmm.
There are 3 of them.
So,
that have 9.
Is Vooch one of them?
Fortunately not. Austin, can you name?
Cole's got to be one of those.
Cole's 1. Can you name another?
And another, I'm pretty. Is it Wendell Carter Jr.?
It's not. It's not.
Is it Markel?
Oh, pardon?
Markel
one, yeah. Can you name the 3rd?
Mo Bamba. No?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yes. Let's go.
Let's go. Sean, across the line in the double tiebreaker.
Oh, my goodness.
All right.
That's tough.
Do we have any more sugs for the chat, Andrew, or are we out of sugs?
We've got one more, so if you've got a quick one, we can do that.
I've got a quick one, yep. Okay, for the chat, if anyone's still listening, if anyone's still watching, there are only 4. Hang on. Okay, of all the players, so we've talked about the fandom tier. There was only 3 Orlando Magic moments in the fandom tier. Of all the moments in the fandom tier, there are 4 of players who the moment isn't an Orlando Magic moment, but they did play games for the Orlando Magic. So can anyone name a fandom moment on TopShot who later played for Orlando or played for Orlando before their fandom moment? First answer in the chat will get that last Suggs moment. So looking at fandom moments on TopShot, somebody who at some point played for Orlando, but it's not one of those 3 fandom moments that we already talked about with Cole Anthony in the Rim Shakers, Jalen Suggs in the Metallic Silver, and RJ Hampton in the summer of 21. So, how many viewers we got left there, Stephen? We got anyone still watching, or everyone gone to sleep already?
We got a handful of viewers.
Already.
It's slim picking, but we got a few.
We've got a few. So we got one more Suggs to hand out.
I think we got
Rainer. Did Rainer already answer one?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Vince Carter. Vince Carter is one of the correct answers. Yes.
There we go.
Rob was also correct, but he's already won. So the 4 players were Vince Carter, Nikola Vucevic, Shaquille O'Neal, and Channing Frye, one of our newer.
Oh, yes.
Channing Frye.
Oh, that's a good one. Came out.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
So we got Sean across the line for the big moment.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Won the Cole Anthony metallic gold in a double tiebreaker face-off with the moment master himself, Austin Kent. Austin, we can't thank you enough for your time. So appreciative.
Austin, can we hook up Austin for a consolidation prize of a Packs and Pinstripes shirt and sticker? Or
absolutely. Yeah.
We need some Magic merch in the background next time he's on screen.
Sir.
We need something Magic in the background there.
They're 6 shirts. They're dry fit, so they're perfect for hot weather and working out.
Nice. The logo looks pretty awesome. I love it.
Well, guys, I just want to say, Austin, thank you for your time. We really appreciate it. It was a lot of fun getting to know a little bit more about you and what your team is doing and how moments are created, a little bit more about this Run It Back pack drop that's about to happen, take over 3 days next week, which I'm excited about. Sean, thank you for participating.
Thank you, everybody.
the early contest to even be up here and then be willing to come on camera. Chat, we appreciate you all sticking with us for this 1.5 hour long live stream and winning a bunch of moments. iRacer, thank you for providing the moments through the captain's program and giving back to the community. And Jay, Orlando Magic Player History, thank you so much for providing the trivia. I'm Stephen Cameron with the Close Up Magic and Die Hard Magic Collector. Peace out, everyone. Have a great night.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, guys. This was fun.
Thank you all.